If you're new here, my name's Courtney and welcome to my new series, Becoming the Bride. I just recently got engaged around a week before Christmas, and in this series, I'm going to be sharing everything with you about planning this wedding. That will include the beauty appointments, the vendor appointments, the venue showings, seeing everything firsthand for this process I will share with you, because I'm not going to lie to you, it is a pretty intimidating process. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks that, but it is extremely overwhelming. It's expensive, and I obviously, like every bride, we want to have the best wedding. And of course, look and feel our best too. So the best way to kick off this series, I thought, would be to share our engagement story. I haven't really shared it yet, and it was something that I was genuinely so surprised about. And I'm going to give a little background story too, just so you know the man I'm about to marry and a little bit about us. We have been dating for just over a year. When we got together, we had to deal with a lot of really hard things really early on in our relationship. And because of those challenges that we went through, it was very clear if this person would be ride or die, because anybody that was just playing games would not have stuck around in a relationship like this if it was for nothing. So the beginning of our relationship was front loaded with a lot of heavy stuff, and we overcame it all. It was not easy, but over a year later, we are now engaged, and I know this is the man that I want to spend the rest of my life with. We moved in very early on in our relationship together. When he proposed, I genuinely had no idea it was going to happen. He booked us a trip to Blue Mountain, and it was supposed to be a family trip with his brother, his brother's wife, and their kids. And I literally was so excited. He's the kind of man that's a man where when they plan something, I just show up. So I'm like, I don't need to do anything. He's like, my brother got a good deal on a hotel for us and for Black Friday. It seemed just so believable. And I'm like, okay, great. Can't wait. Like, let me know when we're leaving and let's go. So Friday comes along, and we're staying there for the Friday and Saturday night. And I really love his brother's wife. So her and I are friends. I sent her a text. I'm like, hey, so excited. What time are you guys going to be there? Christian booked reservations for dinner. Do you want to join us? Type of thing. And yep, they were going to join us for dinner. But then she messaged me kind of throughout the day saying she's running late with work. They're going to be there a little bit later that day, and if we could meet for a drink at 8 p.m. So we check into our hotel. We stayed at the Westin, beautiful room, loved it. And then we go for dinner at their on-site restaurant, and we get a bottle of wine, get an appetizer. Like, that is how I like to dine. Love all that stuff. Like, I love a good dining experience. So we're doing dinner. I was just so happy. I'm usually a very happy person on any day, especially if we're out for dinner. I love eating and I love drinking wine. So I'm like, I'm in heaven. So great dinner. And then we're literally walking into the village. If you've been to Blue Mountain before, you know there's a little village of a bunch of restaurants, stores, all of that stuff. So we start walking into the village. It is so cold. I'm literally running in heels at one point, and we're about to walk in to the bar Kahoot, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but to meet his brother and his wife for drinks. And there is this random photographer there, and we just went to New York City, and I learned that photographers can make their money by literally just going to a super popular place and taking people's photos. So she has like 3 cameras on her, and Christian goes over to her with his little iPhone and goes, hey, like, can you take a photo for us? And I'm like, she's clearly trying to make money. Pay her. Like, use her camera. Like, don't offer her the little phone when she's out here freezing. There's nobody here, and you're asking her to take an iPhone photo. And she's like, yep. And I'm like, to get the photo, because he was like literally before he asked her, he's like, Court, like, I feel like I have so many photos of you, and we don't have a lot of photos together. Can we just get a really quick one? And I was like, okay, Mr. Wholesome, I love that, but like, again, why are you doing this in freezing weather? Asking to get a nice little photo now, but let's do it. So we did it, and I couldn't get over the asking this poor lady to take our photo on an iPhone. So he we have this thing, which is kind of weird, where we have literally fake proposed to each other, like just pretending to get down on a knee for the last like 6 months. So I did that in the elevator on our way to meet his brother and his wife at this bar. So literally I just did it. So then he starts talking and then starts going down on one knee, and I'm like, stop, like this is not the time or the place, let's like stop. And he's like keeps talking, and then I'm like, Christian, the photographer is there, and like stop wasting her time. And he's like, Courtney, the photographer is there because I paid her to be there. I am proposing to you. And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, but are they in the restaurant right now? Like, do we have to go like meet them? Like, are they gonna, and then he's like, Mike and Meredith are not coming. It is just us. In that moment, obviously realized he was proposing. It just took him to physically tell me he's proposing. He proposed. He said a really nice speech, got down on one knee. I said yes, obviously, and it was absolutely perfect. When I realized what happened, it was like my body did not realize the temperature outside anymore. I was just so happy and so excited and surprised. It was so amazing, and honestly probably one of my like favorite memories of my entire life, because that weekend we ended up doing more photos with the photographer. And that weekend, we literally just celebrated the two of us. And if you haven't been engaged and you're wanting to be engaged at some point in your life, I would highly recommend telling your partner, trying to plan something intimate. I know there's a lot of public ones, and with having this intimate engagement, it was incredible. Like, it was just us the whole weekend. And I'm going to make another video about talking about getting engaged close to the holidays, because I had really mixed feelings about that before it happened, and I will talk about that. But it was honestly perfect. Everything we did that weekend, we just completely enjoyed ourselves. We treated ourselves all weekend, and there's so much love. And again, when you get engaged, you are in this bubble. You are in this bubble of love, and be in that bubble and stay in that bubble for as long as you can, because it is so amazing and you just genuinely deserve it. So that is our engagement story. Welcome to my series. Like I said, will be sharing everything about this process of getting married with you. So make sure to follow along if you're not already, and stay tuned for the next episode. Bye.